What's up, young ballers? In today's video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the low driven pass. Let's go. So this is one of my favorite passes to master just because of how satisfying it is to watch the ball glide across the ground into the teammate's path. You can see players like Van Dijk and Ruben Diaz always hitting passes like these, and since it can get into your teammate's feet fast, it allows your team to get onto the attack much more efficient and much quicker. And though this is one of the best passes to hit and one of the most satisfying by far, it is a risky pass because one little mishit and one fault in your technique, it can bobble across the floor and go directly into the opposing team's feet, and that'll allow them to get a quick counterattack. So you want to make sure that your technique is fine-tuned in order to hit this pass. Now, let's get into how to actually do the low driven pass. But before we do that, I want to mention an extremely important tip that you guys have to keep in mind when you're doing this pass, and in regards to any technique for that matter. The way you approach the ball is one of the most important things to keep in mind when doing any sort of pass or shot. You have to keep your arms and your body composed and upright and not going flailing all over the place, or else you're just gonna be really off balance and it's gonna be really hard to take the strike. So when you're going into the strike, when you're going into the low driven pass, you want to come in relaxed but confident in your technique. And then once you reach the ball with your planted foot, you want to make sure that there's a little bit of space between your planted foot and the ball, preferably around a foot length. And this is what's gonna give you the space required for that snap follow through at the end. And with the planted foot as well, you want to make sure that it's angled slightly away from the ball. And this is because when you're going for the follow through, that snap follow through, you want to get that backspin that'll carry the ball across the ground. And angling your planted foot slightly away from the ball is what's gonna allow you to have a smooth follow through and a balanced upright posture as you're striking through the ball. And then for the point of contact on the ball, you want to make sure that you're striking in the center of the ball. But then when you're striking at the ball, you want to make sure that you're hitting it into the floor, and so that's going down and getting that backspin that's required for it to go across the ground. And hitting into the floor is so crucial in this technique because that's what's gonna give it that lift and backspin that just barely touches the ground but skids across it so that it can get to your teammates faster and quicker. And then you also want to have a slight bend in the knee. And you also want to have slightly bent knees. This is what's going to provide you that balance when you're actually striking the ball, because if you're coming in with straight legs, you're not really going to get that power and that balance that's required for the snap follow through at the end. So make sure you're slightly bending the knees in order to keep that balance and upright posture. For the follow through, I already mentioned this, but it has to be a snap follow through. It can't be a slow drag across the planted foot or going up high like a shot. You have to make sure that it's a snap follow through so that you can get that backspin, so you can get that power on the ball that'll allow it to travel across the floor. That's it for the technical aspects of the pass, but in terms of timing and when to do it, it's good when you're a center back and trying to break lines through the midfield, or if you're a center midfield and also trying to break lines and trying to find the winger or trying to find it and play it to the striker's feet. But it's really crucial that you find the timing in these moments. But the timing and knowledge of when to actually hit this pass is so crucial in my opinion, because one slight mishit can end up leading to a counterattack to the other team, because it's really easy to mishit and bobble the pass. You want to make sure that you're practicing this through team practice and individual training, but in games, trying it out as well and finding out for yourself when the correct timing is and when you shouldn't be playing a low driven pass. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, practice makes perfect. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.